Hey everyone, today we are talking about something that a lot of us struggle with but don't always realize, knowing ourselves. Have you ever felt like you are just going through life on autopilot, following what everyone else is doing, agreeing with opinions just because they seem popular, or making choices based on what is expected of you rather than what you actually want? If you have, don't worry, you are not alone. A lot of us do this without even realizing it. And the main reason, we don't spend enough time getting to know ourselves. And when we don't know ourselves, we become easy targets for the world to define us. Society, family, friends, social media, culture, everyone has an idea of who we should be, and if we are not careful, we start absorbing their definitions instead of creating our own. So, today, let's dive deep into this, why knowing yourself is so important, what happens when you don't, and how you can start figuring out who you really are. From the moment we are born, we are surrounded by expectations. Parents tells us what is good for us, teachers tells us how we should think, society tells us what success looks like. Think about it. From a young age, we hear things like you should choose a stable career, you should get married by a certain age, you should behave this way to be liked, you should wear this to look attractive, and for the most part, we just go along with it because that is what everyone else is doing, right? But here is the problem. If we never take the time to question these things, we might spend our whole lives living by someone else's script. We end up in jobs we hate, relationships that drain us, and lifestyles that don't make us happy. And when we finally realize it, we feel lost, like we don't even know who we are anymore. What happens when you don't know yourself? So, letting others define you might not seem like a big deal at first, but over time, it can have serious consequences. First, that you lose your authenticity. When you don't know yourself, you start copying what others do. You try to fit in rather than stand out. You wear masks to please different groups of people. The problem? One day you wake up and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Second, you feel stuck and unfulfilled. Have you ever achieved something, a degree, a job, a relationship, only to feel empty afterward? Maybe that is because it wasn't your dream in the first place. It was just what society told you was the right thing to do. Many people go through life like this, checking off boxes, following the rules, but still feeling like something is missing. That missing piece, that your true self. Third, you become easily influenced by others. When you don't have a strong sense of self, you depend on others to tell you who you are. If someone calls you smart, you feel confident. If someone calls you dumb, you start doubting yourself. If people approve of your choices, you feel good. If they don't, you feel lost. Your confidence, your happiness, your decisions, they all become controlled by other people's opinions, and that is a dangerous place to be. So, how do you start knowing yourself? Alright, so we know the problem. Now let's talk about the solutions. How do you truly get to know yourself? First, spend time alone without distractions. This one is huge. A lot of people are afraid to be alone with their thoughts, so they distract themselves with social media, Netflix, or constant socializing. But real self-discovery happens when you take a step back from the noise and spend time with just yourself. Try this, sit in a quiet place with a notebook, ask yourself deep questions like what truly makes me happy, what are my personal values, what kind of life do I want to live regardless of what society says. Write down your honest answers. Over time, patterns will emerge and you will start seeing the real you. Second, try new things and observe how you feel. You won't discover yourself by staying in the same routine every day. Step out of your comfort zone, try new hobbies, read different kind of books, travel to new places, talk to different people, pay attention to what excites you, what drains you, what feels meaningful. This will give you clues about what truly matters to you. Third, stop seeking constant approval. This is a tough one, but it is necessary. The moment you stop living for validation, you gain true freedom. Start asking yourself, like, am I doing this because I genuinely want to do, or because I want others to approve of me? If no one was watching, would I still make this choice? If you start making decisions based on your own happiness rather than others' opinions, you will be on the right path. Fourth, set boundaries and learn to say no. When you don't know yourself, you say yes to everything because you don't want to disappoint anyone. But real self awareness means recognizing what is not for you and learning to say no. Say no to relationships that drain you. Say no to career paths that don't align with your interest. Say no to things that don't feel right, even if they seem normal for anyone else. Every time you say no to something that is not right for you, you make more space for what truly is. Fifth, write it down. Keeping a journal is one of the best ways to track your thoughts, feelings, and personal growth. It helps you see what has been on your mind, what has been holding you back, and what patterns keep showing up in your life. Try writing about your dreams and goals, your biggest fears, what makes you feel the most alive. The more you write, the more clarity you will have about who you really are. So, like, at the end of the day, the only person who truly needs to understand and accept you is you. People will always have opinions. Some will like you, some won't. Some will tell you what you should do, some will criticize you, no matter what. But none of that should define you. If you don't take the time to know yourself, the world will do it for you. And the world won't always get it right. So start today. Spend time with yourself and ask deep questions. Make choices that aligns with your values, not what is popular and trending. And most importantly, trust that you are enough just as you are. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. And if you think someone needs to hear this message, share it with them. See you in the next one.